My channel Everything Goes is named after a podcast Anything Goes by one of my favorite YouTubers, Emma Chamberlain. Emma gained her popularity through vlogging on YouTube, but recently she shifted her focus into podcasting following the Spotify deal. Some of the key elements that made Emma's vlogs so popular on YouTube was her unique vibes and her relatability. I think these qualities are what made her a great interviewer at Met Gala as well. I think she's best described as someone who anyone can be friends with, and she maintains these characteristics in her podcast episodes. The sentiment that anyone can be friends with her is shared by all of the internet, and that's why she's only been loved by the internet and never really been hated. That's why I was so surprised to find out that a few months ago, even Emma got some criticism. You can see some of the videos talking about the criticism here. These videos do a great job of explaining that, but the source of truth for these videos come from the TikTok videos. And we all know that when it comes to internet, the true source of truth comes from Reddit posts and nowhere else. So today I just wanted to check out what people are saying about Emma on Reddit, and I just wanted to share my thoughts. There's this post on Reddit that says, "The problem with Emma Chamberlain, hot take, is that she doesn't realize people just want to see her doing normal everyday rat girl things. We don't want to hear her in her mansion or at the Met or doing fashion editorials. It feels so inauthentic to see her doing all those things. I think because her personal brand of charm is so in juxtaposition to all the glamorous, unattainable, famous rich person stuff." So this post is basically saying that Emma gained her popularity through being relatable, and now that she's rich and famous, that's gone. I think the bottom line is that Emma has never really tried to be relatable. I think Emma is an authentic person, and her relatability has been a byproduct of that. So I don't think Emma's strength has been or is her relatability, but rather her authenticity. One of the podcast episodes that sparked this criticism was her episode talking about what a good taste is, and everyone was saying that Emma's lost touch because now she's talking about good taste like she knows what good taste is. But having listened to this episode, I don't get that vibe at all. In the episode, she discusses some things that she believes to be in bad taste and some other things that she believes to be in good taste. But she is quick to acknowledge that this is all her opinion, and from this, I don't really get the vibe that she's trying to be relatable or she is inauthentic, nor that she thinks she knows what a good taste is. Another common criticism seems to be about some of the topics that she discusses in her podcast. One of the comments on the post reads, "Every week, Emma Chamberlain gets on her podcast and shares her philosophical epiphanies, which are thoughts most of us had in the 7th grade. And she gets paid millions to do it. I think her biggest problem is that her audience has outgrown her intellectually. I remember reading somewhere that for child stars, the age they get famous is the maturity level most of them stay at for their entire lives. And I'm starting to believe that when I see YouTubers who became famous in their teens. I think this criticism also comes from the fact that Emma is a high school dropout. Although she has not gained many qualifications in the sense of traditional education, she has lived through a really interesting life, gaining popularity from a young age on YouTube and trying to navigate through that. And since then, she's started her own coffee brand, she's delved into fashion, she's doing podcasting, she's done interviews. So while she does not have traditional education qualifications, I think she has a lot of interesting perspectives that she can share from her unique experiences. And plus, I don't think her podcasts are meant to be taken as these philosophical discussions. I would say it serves more as a chance to indirectly hang out with her. As an example, her YouTube vlogs were never really taken as these cinematic masterpieces with a message to deliver, but rather they just served more of a vibe that you're hanging out with Emma. And I think the podcast is just an extension of that. So all that to say, I think all the criticisms that she has received seems a little too harsh to me. And plus, all the criticisms are only from like 5 or 6 months ago. And there was nothing before that and there's nothing after that. So it might have just been like a trend, a phase thing. But it was still really interesting to see because otherwise she's always only been loved. In conclusion, Emma has been doing and is doing many interesting things. Like we discussed her YouTube vlogs, the podcasting, the interviewing, and the delving into fashion and starting her own coffee brand. And I think she's a very intelligent and interesting person. And she's only 22 or 23, so she's got years of her career ahead of her. And I, for one, am really excited to see where she goes from here. But I also know that I've been a big fan of Emma's for a while, so maybe I'm biased. So if you have any different opinion to what I've said, then let me know down in the comments. I would love to know what you think. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.